Hey, what's going on, man? Long time no see. Oh. Same here, not much. Just been running motos after motos after motos. I ain't feeling this Honda tonight either. Oh yeah, they're running a new setup for um a single player series as of recently, so I've been streaming that for a while and just been kind of throwing up live streams for Legends Online and shit like that. Just trying to figure out a new tune for this for these new physics. Oh hey, a bug they still haven't fucking fixed yet. Woohoo! Yeah, you caught me at a good time because I was about to go and try out the 250 450 right here. Let's try that, and then we'll go down here and see how that works. Oh, hello. Oh, this bike feels a bit wonky. I haven't used this bike too often. Ooh. I did forget. I turned off Max FOV. Huh. Didn't see much of a difference though. Except for the bike, it's slower. I haven't used this bike all too often. So I'm gonna throw this bike and see how well it does. Or easily. So let's look at this. I think that might be home. Checked out too much. Shit. I've been running shitty the last couple of nights. That's fucking Julio. 4,000. Trying to keep this shit straight with stick drift coming in. This thing bounces too much in the blow-ups. I don't know about this bike. Sucked. What was that? Antichrist, of course. Or Antichrist? Yeah, I raced him a couple of times. Oh, good old Julio. Epic news. Yeah, they're running the 2026 models. Oh, well, hello again, Mr. Dizzy. fucking racing that dude the last couple of nights. Oh. Oh. I don't know if it's me or if it's just like the game, but the game's been running a bit weird for me tonight for some reason. Been getting a little bit of this choppiness. I don't know if that's my internet or if it's the game. The controller died just as I was gonna start playing. And it completely, our controller was completely unresponsive to the game, which for some odd reason that was weird. No moto. Oh, fucking Dizzy, here we go again. Fifth? Fucking, I want to like this bike, but Jesus. I keep going back to. Oh shit. I've been alternating between Kawasaki and KTM for some reason. Those two bikes have just been working for me. Shit. Yeah, if I can't make that, shit. Oh fuck, Epic Moose left. Shit. Come on, man. I should be up there running with those motherfuckers. I think it might be too late to at least try to. Oh, yep. I think it might be too late to try at least make up time on them. I don't think it's happening. I think we might have to go back to old reliable. Could be the tires too, yeah. See, come on, man. Yeah, I fucking need the time on those dudes. Oh, come on, what? Which one? This one? Oh, I see. Yeah, you get it soon. I would say this game is like, oh yeah, it definitely is. The thing about this game is that it's one of those games that it's like easy to learn, but hell hard to master. Like I'm barely 700 hours in, and I'm just now peaking where everybody was like 2 years ago. Like I took a lot of time to actually start, dropping my lap times and everything. But as the updates went on for this game, the trucks are getting faster, the bikes are getting better. There's definitely a couple of tricks that you have to know in this game. It's fun, but it's frustrating sometimes. This is like the arcade version of MX bikes, the more arcadey version, I'd say. But the game does have its flaws.
You were meant for this journey of change, so follow the Walden Wayfinder, a new path guiding you to your bachelor's degree. You'll receive comprehensive
Ah, the infamous bug. You'll have to do that. But we're gonna go back to more reliable. Go back to our green monster. Yeah. Oh yeah. Always playing online. I've been trying to perfect this fucking line right here. I can't get it right. Go right here and then you jump right here and throw it around. It's a hard fucking line. I've only able to hit it like maybe 4 times. But you will notice very quickly that this is a very competitive game, like very competitive. Like for a game like this, for how fun it might look. Yeah. No, for a game, for it, what it might look, it may look fun and shit like that. But it's going to take you at least 100 hours to at least start, dropping fast lap times. At least consistent fast lap times. When I was racing, well, that's another thing. This game is riddled with a lot of exploits. Yes, there's a lot of tryhards in this game. Ooh, especially the ones who race in the pro leagues and shit. Like you see dudes who drop like 42, 40-second lap times. You run the same shit as them, the same tunes, same everything, and you just don't get as fast as they are. Which I do believe a lot of the fast dudes on this game are beta testers. That is the only reason how they got so quick. Like, even though this game may look fun and shit like that, but there's actually quite a bit to it. For it being like a oh yep, say fuck. For it being a fun game, but I see now I'm fucking sucking. Usually I'm outrunning these dudes, but I turned off the max FOV so the track is somewhat proportional. I think that might be throwing off my fucking perception a little bit. Yeah, that shit's throwing off my perception. It has to be. I'm never this fucking bad. Yeah, we have to throw back our FOV again. This shit ain't working. See if we can't hit this line right there. Son of a bitch. You have to transition it just enough to where you miss the fucking reset spawns. That's already fucking hard to do. Well, last place, this shouldn't gonna work. That's a thing. If you were to like buy some of the DLCs, not like the Supercross or the Pro Motocross, like just literally grabbing all the compound tracks and shit like that. That's literally how I perfected my craft. Uh, and running with the max deformation. You see a lot of these fast dudes in these like pro leagues and shit. They don't run max deform, so it will enable you to actually be a very crafty rider over being fast. Since this game's release, I have never took it out of max deformation. Only maybe one time for when I've done a video for it. Yeah, just getting all those compounds, the dog pound, the KTM test track and shit like that. It will the scaling for those tracks are almost a 1-to-1 scaling, and so you can use a lot of those tracks for practicing because they have a certain skill to them that'll help you um oh, that will help you learn the game a little bit. Let's throw this little bitch all the way back. Let's fucking throw this down just like that. And then let's throw this right there. Okay, let's see if we can't fucking get back in this shit. And yes, having the max deformation or the max FOV will help you tremendously. Well, you know, like I said, a lot of the players on here are a lot of the dudes who like to throw down really fast lap times. The snow and the rain are actually really fun to play in. Um, if you play like one of the 25 Supercross tracks or something like that in the rain, the rain is not that bad. Like it just kind of slows you down a little bit. It will make it feel like you're in a sand track. I'd say the snow also the same thing, but the snow just makes you feel like you're in deep dirt and shit like that. It's not too bad. You just have to know how to ride in it. That's what I'm saying. When you actually start playing this game, run it in max deformation because it will teach you how to play the game better. But me personally, I like to have a lot of consistency over speed. Because the more consistent, the more consistent you are on these types of tracks, the faster you'll get. That's my philosophy. Just trying to be more consistent on the tracks instead of just trying to hit like every big line that you see everybody take. The hardest track in this game, I'd say, is Seattle. The hardest default Supercross track is definitely Seattle. The hardest national, the default national, it's a close between St. Cloud and oh fuck, what's that other track? There's another track, but St. Cloud is up there. As for the official shit, easily Hangtown is the hardest track. And on the official Supercross tracks, that one's a hard one. to actually um, decipher, because all those tracks are actually pretty challenging. This track right here is like my second favorite. Oh, that was green up. Oh, fuck. I didn't realize he was in here. Jesus. As you see through a lot of the lobby names and everything, there's actually a bunch of household names in this game. And green up, that dude is fucking quick. You know, he always runs the same kit too. I've never seen him in a different kit. He always has that old lime green cowie, Black Raiders kit, white gloves, white boots, white helmet. Pretty clean looking kit, but I've never seen that dude in anything else but that. Well, it's hand to hand on some of that stuff. You can definitely have some good shit in here, but yeah. See, low moto. I've been racing him the last few nights. Fulio, I've been racing him, and Busy. Those are the fucking three dudes I've been battling all fucking week, all week. And being this slow tonight fucking sucks. I'll do one more race and then we'll switch over to something else. I'll kind of, I'll kind of show you some things. Ooh, just to kind of give you an idea on what the game is. And if you've seen enough of the game, but dude, Coin Rob, make up your fucking mind, fool. Jesus. That's like the fifth time I see that dude come and leave. Hey, Scion the Blade, that's a good song. I think I went way too far to the right. And again, I didn't get a very good gate selection. Another thing with launching, you have like two different styles of launching. You can always launch in first, or you can also launch in second when the gate drops. Well, it kind of depends actually, because you know the whole first turn fucking craziness, literally just like that. Everybody crashes into each other, all that sort of shit. So the gate selection doesn't matter, kinda. Um, it, the only time that it actually does matter if you either want an outside gate or an inside gate. But I'd say if you were racing in pro leagues and shit like that, yes, definitely they do matter. Fuck man, everybody's been stealing my goddamn lines. But anyway, if you're like racing in pub lobbies and shit like that, gate selection, it kind of does and kind of doesn't. Because either way, you're probably gonna get power drive if you don't get a good run up. Great, frozen Blake's in here. Fuck. I don't even know why I'm running this fucking. Jesus. I don't even know why I'm running this bad. This is worse I played in fucking a while. Especially because I'm not locked in. As good old James Stewart from the Alive days had said, the bikes are getting faster and the trucks are getting harder. This is how it is for the 2025 Supercross. Backsman left. Yes. Goodbye. Because that still doesn't. Fucking cars. Fuck you, Rizuki Lamoto. My fastest lap time on this track specifically, if I remember, is like a 47 or some shit. I think 48, 49. That was at the time where I found a really good tune on this, and I was just dominating the fucking pub lobbies for like 2 months before they made the update, the recent update, the last month or so. Yeah, 7th place. That's bullshit. I guess I'll take it. Okay, so we're gonna go fucking Hercules now. Yeah, no, we're leaving this fucking lobby. Okay, so now, if you ever do get this game, and if you actually want to invest a little bit and try to actually get a bike, one of the actual real manufacturer bikes, I would recommend starting off with the Kawasaki first. The Kawasaki is probably one of the easiest bikes to use in this game. For reasons, the bike is just like all around like it's kind of like a Suzuki but faster in this game. But if you're like really new, I would either suggest a Kawasaki or a Suzuki. That's only if you wanted to invest in actually trying to get one of these real manufacturer bikes. And then if you actually want to work up getting faster, I would invest in getting a Honda and either a KTM. You can get like a Yamaha and shit like that, but a Yamaha is kind of like one of those bikes that's fast, but it's not that fast, or it's not slow, it's not fast, it's just like right there. So, um, I actually recently released the Daytona DLC, but I'm not gonna get those. I'm not fucking spending another $24 for that shit. You got the 25 Supercross tracks. These are hard fucking tracks. Like I wouldn't fuck around with these tracks yet. Um, got Fort Dodge, Salt Lake, 2024 tracks. Fucking suck. So yeah, if you were to actually Ghost Morning Max, okay. So if you were actually want to improve your skill, get to learn the physics of the game and stuff like that, especially if you're going to start playing online, then a couple of these compound tracks are going to be actually good. Um, Maybe one the Pastrana Land or the KTM Test Track. Um, well, the thing about the hard tracks is that they have this weird scaling to them, to where if you're not consistent on them, you're just gonna lose all speed. Like anything speed wise, you're just gonna lose it. Actually, as a matter of fact, let me go to a Supercross track, and I will show you. I'm not entirely sure which one. Or hold on, we in Supercross? Okay, yeah. Huh, that was weird. Um, let's see. Daytona, the 2025 Daytona, hard fucking track. Like, that track's hard. Let's do Anaheim. Just to keep it there. Quick play time trial. Supercross. We'll go up to Anaheim. Anaheim tends to be the easiest track of the year, of course. Um, we'll go off with this bike. And I'll show you kind of the quirks of these 25 tracks that make them, like, so hard. The 2024 tracks had this weird thing where the scaling on them, the jumps were designed to make you shoot up instead of forward, instead of like real Supercross. But the thing that you might notice right away is that even though the scaling is a bit small on this track, it's how you hit them. So you hit these. These are fucking monster whoops. You got these sand sections that will slow you down. You come through, you lose all speed for these. The doubles, corners. But the thing about them is that they have this weird roughness. They have this weird roughness to the track that just bounces you all over the place. And if you race with like max deformation, over like a 15 lap race, the track is just going to get brutal. It's going to get harder, and it will test your merit for this game, like literally. I'm good on these tracks because I've actually been putting time into them recently. But it's the ruts in the corners. It's the way the terrain deformation works on these, because you would definitely will notice that the terrain deformation on all of the stock tracks and shit like that don't have much of the same effect it does on these pro tracks. Like the terrain deformation on this track will, specifically in the sand and shit like that, will just make it deep. You'll already see it in here. Like it'll carve out the lines in the tracks. And you know how a lot of people sometimes they just run the track like all over the place, and so it just ruins a lot of the lines on the tracks and shit like that. Especially with these new 2026 bikes. I've always expressed in this game that all of the bikes do feel different. The different models, the years, they do feel different from each other. Um, and I feel like the Kawasaki is one of those bikes that are just like easy to ride and just like easy to pick up on because it just has that all around like balanced feel to it. Much like the Honda, but the Honda is just like a lot faster. So again, if you would want to invest in like one of these real manufacturer bikes, purchasing the Kawasaki KTM, and if you want to try to get faster, Honda. But for me personally, the Kawasaki and the KTM have been just working for me. And as the if you would race online, well, racing online is like I think it default uses like the medium deformation, so it doesn't get um, as hard in pub lobbies. But if you were to do like a quick race in single player with max deformation, these tracks are really choppy. Like I was saying before, it just like the terrain deformation works different on these pro tracks rather than the default tracks. But if you were to run these in like no terrain deformation, uh, it would be easy to hit because you don't have to deal with any of the roughness and shit like that. Um, but yeah, these tracks they're I wouldn't say they're hard, but they are like really competitively driven. Um, these are the type of tracks that you actually have to like learn lines on the tracks and shit. And when it comes to like pro racing and actually competitive racing on this game, it will definitely test your skill. Ooh. So yeah, this is the scaling of the Supercross tracks, at least for the 2026. The 2024 models are just like cramped, high peaked, and a little bit bigger scaling. But ooh, these tracks have a certain scaling to them that just makes it difficult. If you mess up like a rhythm section, shit like that, chances are you're gonna lose all the more if you don't hit the track right. And so we're gonna change over to time trial and national and just kind of show you how um, the national tracks are. These um these 2025 national tracks actually have become harder in recent times, uh, rather than the 2024 versions, 23, 22 versions. I do feel like that these 25 tracks are probably the hardest variants in this game as of right now. Um, fucking Hangtown, man, I wanted High Point. I don't even know why. I the last time I talked about the hardest track on these pro ones, I think I might have said Hangtown. That was wrong. It's fucking High Point. High Point is the hardest track in the these pro tracks. I wonder if it'll let you actually do it here. Um. So yeah, these are the 25 variants, which I do believe are like one of the hardest variants that they've actually released. You got all these pre-made ruts in them that if you don't hit right, you're gonna just like that. If you don't hit shit right, you're just gonna fly right off the track. And while doing like trying to hit everything right, but being fast at it. That's the thing about these tracks is that these are rougher than the last track variants, and so you'll be running if you don't hit shit correctly, you're gonna fly off the track, and just trying to perfect the lines on these tracks specifically, and trying to be fast with them. Like that is the whole problem with, well, not the whole problem, but the whole deal with these pro tracks. They may look fun and easy, but you know, in reality, these tracks are a nightmare, especially High Point. Here's a line for you. Outside, hit this, and you can hit all right here through this, and then just boom, right into the rut. That's probably the fastest way to hit that little section. Your tune, your tune actually matters as well. Usually, I don't run my Supercross tune on here. So usually in my time when I was uploading all my tune videos, it always seemed like every time I uploaded a really good tune I was using, then boom, an update fucking drops and it ruins my entire tune. Every time I fucking show them, every time, and it happened again when I was running really good on the Kawasaki. I had a really good tune, and all of a sudden they dropped this fucking update and it ruined it. It sucks. So you can do the acceleration, clutch boost level 3. The chassis, this is where it gets interesting because the rigid chassis makes the bike feel heavy, and of course the flexible chassis makes the bike feel light. And if you combine that with the suspension, it depends. Oh yeah. Um so the chassis and the suspension always play hand in hand with each other. I was running this bike. This is the 2026 model, and I was running this bike at 30% assist rates, and this bike was flying everywhere, out of ruts, off the track, everything. And this was the same tune I was using from my 25 models, which was I was doing really good on. And I threw it on this 26 bike, and I'm like, whoa, this is not how it's supposed to feel. And like I was saying before, all of these different manufacturers in this game, the different models, the years, they all feel different from each other. And so the Honda feels light, fast. It was one of the best bikes in the game. The Kawasaki, it feels heavy and slow, but it has a lot of consistency to it. Same as Yamaha. The Yamaha feels light like the Honda, but it's not fast. You see what I'm saying? And so all of these bikes have their certain quirks to them. And you can always run the acceleration and the clutch boost at the same rate. The clutch boost level 3, acceleration level 3. But it's always the chassis and the suspension that I always play a different hand. For me, I always say the quirk for this bike is always using the suspension soft level 2. The reason why is because it always has that good rebound rate and all that sort of crap for um, the bike. And as for Honda, you can use um, the flexible 3 chassis, but the quirk for that bike, yes, every bike works differently. All the performance ratings feel all the same. They go the same speed. They all have their same things, but the way they perform on track are completely different. And that's the same with the parts. Now, the suspension and the handlebars don't matter. It's the tires and the exhaust. The tires and the exhaust actually have a thing where it um it has a difference to the bike cam and the MX-52 tires. These tires are mainly sand tires and shit like that. But if you were to say if you use the default TH2 Nordic knobby these tires, it makes the bike feel slippery. Um, so you would get more slippery traction rather than having a lot of grip. Even if you would do the grip level 3 tune, the tires connecting to the dirt, it will make the bike feel slippery. And as for the exhausts have all their little quirks for power outage. The Pro Circuit has, I'd say, a top speed type quirk to it. The Yoshimiras have like just a standard type of feel to them. The FMF pipes are good for Yamahas. Like, it's strange because the Pro Circuit, the real life Kawasaki teams, the Monster Energy run Pro Circuit exhausts. Yamaha runs FMF, and Honda and KTM run Yoshimiras. So, and yeah, they have all these different quirks. So if you would, do like a slippery tire or some shit like that, I would put on one of these smaller tires, like these MX-33s. Or if you would, the MX-33s or the MX-52s. And the MX-53s actually work great for Supercross and sand tracks. As for, the MX-33s are also pretty good for Supercross. But they have this little quirk to where it's just like, it don't have, it's very grippy, I'd say, with these type of tires. So these tires will make the bike, really good in corners, but you won't have enough time to react and, hit the clutch, and, it just doesn't make the bike go fast. It just doesn't give the bike a lot of acceleration through the dirt. But it is really good in corners. So that's the whole little quirk to this game. Like, sometimes people don't don't know about that. It goes back from the MX versus ATV Live days, because the tires and the exhaust actually, worked differently. So, like I was saying, all of these bikes, like, they all feel different from each other. Say the 2324 Kawasaki actually has this weird acceleration quirk to it, but it has no speed. And the 24 standalone model kind of has this light, sort of fast feel to it, if that makes sense. So it's kind of strange the way you look at it. With these the gas, these bikes fucking suck. Like, they're slow. They have, they're pretty good at jumping, but they have no acceleration, they have no power, they have no fucking speed. These bikes suck. I hate these bikes. Sometimes I still think about why did I even fucking get them. Um, I hate fucking gas in this bike, or in this game. The Honda CRFs are also one of those bikes that, they're fast, they're light, but they're only good for certain things. Supercross, they're hella good on Supercross, but when it comes to outdoors, they have no fucking speed to them. It's despite how good the bike actually is. The Husqvarna is the same thing as KTM. KTM and Husqvarna are pretty much the same fucking bikes, but they have different colors and a different brand name. Suzuki, of course, is the slowest bike, um, and Yamaha is one of those bikes where it just kind of feels rough, um, because this bike likes having um, hard suspension. Like I was saying before, these bikes have the quirks of the suspension. Yamaha likes hard suspension. Kawasaki likes soft suspension. KTM, you can be a little bit more flexible with KTM, but it goes towards the softer side a little bit. And Honda likes hard suspension to mid soft suspension and shit like that. So yeah, every bike has its little quirk. They all feel different, all that sort of shit. Um, and that's how it is for this game. But on the other hand, you got these motherfuckers. These are the 2025 KTM 450 SXFF Pros. These bikes have a completely different physics system to them. These are the bikes that actually have. Fuck, I don't want to show you my tune. Um, Fuck it. These bikes actually have in-depth tuning. So you have a gear ratio and actual suspension. So it works the same thing as the Supercross series. You got the front forks, you got the rear shocks, and all of that sort of shit. You got the low spring stiffness, the bounce damping, the rebound, and the pre-compression height. So, yeah. But these bikes have a different fucking quirk to them. I wonder if I can use this bike. Let me see if I can use it. And the thing about these bikes you can't even fucking use in pub lobbies at the moment. You can only run them in certain lobbies. They have their own little class sets. So these bikes are a lot heavier. They're a lot heavier, and they're a lot harder to control. I've been putting a lot of time into these bikes recently, because I do feel like Rainbow's next game is going to be primarily these fucking bikes. Like, if you want almost a true, authentic MX bikes feel, these are probably the bikes to go. So with these bikes, oh shit, you have to hold down the clutch to get that speed boost you get from the regular bikes. This is probably not the best to show, um, but these bikes have a weird quirk to them. Yeah, see? They don't have the same physics as the default bikes and shit. These bikes are literally fucking harder to ride. So I wouldn't fuck around with these bikes. Um, you do get an element. Oh shit! You do get an element version of this bike for free. But most of these real manufacturers are added with DLC purchases if you get the bundles and shit. You will get the real manufacturers in these real physics. I haven't put no time at all on these tracks with these bikes, and I've been planning to also. But yeah, no, these bikes are completely harder to ride. So we're gonna go. We're gonna switch a bike. We're gonna go and try a Honda. We got the 23. Actually, this is a good time to actually show you. So we'll go to the 25 model. And no wonder fucking why the bike's been running slow. So, okay, if you pay attention, the bike is not gonna, move very fluently because I do have a Yoshimura pipe on it. So you do actually kind of notice how slow the bike is, and how slow it reacts to a lot of things, and how it just doesn't move as fast. It don't have acceleration, but it does have that top speed. Oh shit! Yeah, see. Um, and then if you go down garage and yeah, parts. If you go down to the pipes, right now these FMF pipes, fucking best in the game right now. I'm surprised I haven't been running HMF on the Honda. Oh shit! And you will probably see the difference. How much quicker this bike will actually move. Come on. See how much more quicker it fucking moves compared to having the Yoshimura. Oh, except for that. And this is where you can go down in here, garage, go through here and start fucking around with your tune. So, so another thing I've been actually doing was running the stock engine, the clutch boost level 3, soft level 2, tires grip level 3, and brakes soft with that down here. And then you can see the bike is not very fast. So with using the stock engines, of course it's stock, so it doesn't make the bike go too quick, but it makes the bikes a lot more consistent. If that makes sense. I don't recommend using these tunes at all for competitive racing, but if you want to learn, um, throwing it in, ooh, and like the stock engine with all upgraded parts, just, take it slow and just oh shit, and learn how just learn how the game works. It'll teach you how to hit ruts. You will always see people just kind of like um, drift or just rear brake, swing the ass end around in these corners. But I'd say learn to actually ride through the ruts. A lot of these pre-made ones. So just try to whip the bike around everywhere. Just kind of slow it down and just kind of learn to ride the bike. Slow down, hit these ruts. Just kind of keep it, smooth, slow. You know, if you're ready to hit it faster, hit the clutch and just pop the clutch a couple of times, and the bike will just fucking rocket. Turned into a goddamn rocket shit. Mind the bad writing. I'm just sitting here. Oh, not even paying attention, not focused. That's the one thing. You have to be like almost locked in, like completely fucking locked in. Even just on that lap, I ran a 134 or a 143. Fastest lap time on here is, I think, is like a 133 or some shit. So the bike is running fucking weird. So we're gonna go into the garage, throw this down into one, and just see how that feels. Yeah, see, that feels a lot better. As you can tell, the Honda's quirk is that it likes the flexible chassis. And so, with this bike, you can't turn for shit. Because the axis on this bike is made to be light and fast. So you can't turn for shit. Oh shit. Ooh. But the when you have the flexible chassis, it tends to make the bike more, nervous and more twitchy compared to ooh, compared to the heavier chassis. Yeah, see, usually that doesn't happen. You will skim right over here. And then we'll switch over to, let's go to KTM. As I was saying before, the fucking KTM, where's my 2025 450 right there? The KTM and the Kawasaki have just been working for me. These are one of the two better bikes because they nerfed the Honda in recent years. Especially if you run the fucking 2021 models. Those bikes are all crack. But with this bike, I have the same thing, the rigid level 3 and the soft level 2. And the bike runs a lot more smoother. It turns it's a bit bouncy, but this bike is just hella consistent. Oop, missed that corner. Ooh, and as you can tell from the Honda to the KTM, this KTM works the same way. And I virtually have the same fucking tune on too. And this bike tends to be more reactive instead of nervous. It's more smooth and reactive. It'll make you raise that confidence level to hit a lot of these other lines. A lot of the bigger lines that you normally won't see anybody hit. Usually, I like showing people on tracks like Redbud and Southwick. Oh shit. Okay, so we're actually going to switch to one more track. Oh, not garage. Change event, time trial, national, and then we're gonna hit up the fucking Wick and just show you how gnarly this track actually is. As I was saying, like in earlier, is that these tracks, specifically Southwick, is a deep sand track, and so it tends to be a lot harder to actually run this track. This is like one of the hardest fucking tracks. Not only because it's a simple track, it's the sheer fact that this is legit a sand track. So this track is just deep sand. It's fucking slow. Every time I play um, online in the pub libraries for the pro motocross, everybody skips this track because nobody likes this fucking track. But I've said before, at the last stream, like this track right here, if you can't run this fucking track, then you can't really be you can't really claim to be fast. This track literally tests your skill because of how slow it is and how frustrating this track actually is. Like you have no idea how frustrating this track is. I'm gonna log in here and just kind of throw down a lap for you. Okay, here we go. Oh, that wasn't supposed to fucking happen. You always just want to be in fucking second gear most of the time. You can get lucky in third, but second gear gives you the most acceleration. The 153, let's do one more. Son of a bitch. Did that last night too. So that was 153. Oh, okay. So another thing to keep in mind is the gameplay wise. So it's always good to use the airborne throttle and the reflex gyro. Now, the reflex gyro is one of the things that you do need to um, see if you do like or not, because if you don't know what reflex gyro is, reflex gyro is using the tires to keep up keep up RPMs. So as if saying this, if enabled, the gyro will depend on acceleration from the tires. Literally how it is in real fucking life, and gravity and shit like that. But if disabled, you would have to rely on the engine RPMs to to pitch adjustment and shit like that. So we use the gyro, say hit the gas and shit like that. If you hit the gas going off the jump, it'll make it easier, to whip or something like that. As of having it off, you still have to hit the gas, but you will rely on the engine RPMs rather than the tires. Which kind of, it's a thing that if you want to do it, if you don't, you got the scrub and quick scrub dead zones. The smaller they are, easier it will be to scrub or whip or something like that. The largest, it'll take you more times to it'll you have to do more. The pitch, yaw, roll assists, everybody has their own little quirks for it. You can run 0%, 10%. Recently, right now, 100%, the default assists have been feeling the best because with the new update, they changed a little bit with the suspension, the way the suspension works and shit like that. And so I feel like they sort of took it back to the Season 2, Season 3 eras, um, to where the bike was sliding out of the corners, bouncing every fucking where. And so if you have 100% default, that kind of eliminates most of that shit. I was running 80% before this update, and I was just dominating on the Kawasaki, especially in pub lobbies. Just hitting massive fucking lines, all of it. Oh god, it was so nice. The wheelie and stoppie assist, of course, what it is. If it's enabled, it actually kind of stops you from pulling wheelies, because if you disable these, the stoppie, every time you hit the gas, you will loop out. Just pull wheelies, loop out, and it's annoying when you're at the gate drop and shit like that. When you launch, you have to pull forward, because if you don't have these enabled, you're just gonna loop out. So that always sucks. Um, and so yeah, that's pretty much the whole gist of it. I know that was a lot of fucking information to intake, but it's always good to know before you play. I'm gonna be releasing a video pretty soon about a whole technique video. Um, about some of the stuff I do. I know that everybody probably has a decent idea, um, but not everybody is as fast as the dudes who playing this game for since its launch. Bought this game at launch, played it for like a week, dropped it for a couple of months, and then all of a sudden I just started playing it. And here I am at almost 800 hours on this game. It's crazy to think. But I've seen people that have 1,000 hours and not even excel in this game. You just play it just to fucking play it. So I'm gonna go ahead. I think I might want to try. Oh yeah, let's do that. So I'm gonna run another lap, but this time I'm gonna use the Kawasaki. I've been meaning to do this actually for a couple of days now because I've been trying to figure out this new 2026 model I was saying earlier. This bike just feels a little bit light, it bounces everywhere. So I finally found a spot for the tuning and shit like that that tames this fucking bike a little bit from that bouncing and shit. So I'm gonna go ahead and run another lap on here and see if I can't get a faster lap time. And of course, if you do get this game, if you start playing, um, you will very quickly figure out a bike that will actually fit your style. Again, like I was saying, for a great starter bike, if you choose to invest in one of these real manufacturers, I would do a Kawasaki. It's one of the easiest bikes to ride in the game. As you'll probably notice, but this bike is not as smooth as the KTM. Not as fast. Oh, that's right. I forgot to fucking stick on my tuners. Duh. So that was a 154. I forgot to fucking change my shit. Or did I? Oh shit. Okay. So we'll go that. We'll go up to 1 just to see how that feels. Pretty much the same tune as the KTM, and then you'll kind of see that this bike actually runs a bit different. It'll handle a little bit different. Oh, see, fuck. Oh man, I want to like this bike, but Jesus. This bike is not consistent enough for me. Set this inside. That was 157, so that was slower. Okay, we're gonna switch over to my 2025. Which is this one. I think I have the same tune on this bike, I'm not sure. Whoa. Okay, that was weird. Okay, let's see. I'll do that. Let's keep that right there. Let's show this down to 2. Chassis down to 3. This bike should run a bit better. No, it does not. Oh, Jesus Christ. So that down to 2, 2. Yeah, I've noticed that all of the bike's integrity with the frames are literally going back to like Season 2, Season 3 era. Son of a bitch. Oh, fuck this lap up. So I can tell with this bike, it's not faster, but it's a little bit better in the corners. $56. Okay. So I actually wanted to go back down into my original tune that I've actually had on. That actually made the bike really good. Which I did that. Oh, not online. Just fuck. Garage. We did soft level 3, hard level 3. That brakes. kind of hate not having any brakes. Parts. Let's see what the 52s. Do the 33s, and then I got my HMF. Okay. So this is the tune I was running um, before the update, which is making this bike run hella good. It might again. I wanted to take this on the Supercross too. Actually, I think we can hit up the dog pound actually. The Supercross tracks. There's that 152. So, not too bad. At least for average. Um, oh, change event, time trial, Supercross, and then we'll hit up one of the dog pound tracks. We'll do this white, which I think out of the two is this one's a little bit more better. We'll hit a couple of laps on this track and then we'll call it for the stream. So I feel like this track is a little bit better than the other track. See, I messed that up. That's fine. I think I might have got my shit back. Ooh. Let's see if we can get a clean lap again. Oh, make it. Oh. I want to hit that as a triple so fucking bad. There. Oh, hit. Nice. That tabletop. Table Oh, oh, that was a double, not triple. I don't know why I keep doing that. It's supposed to serve as a wall jump and then a double. One more time. I keep hitting that rut now. Watch. Oh, yes, I think I got my shield back. Huh, that's it. That was too fucking fast. See? Fuck. It's supposed to be a double. Here we go. One more lap. As I was saying before, these are good tracks just to, get fast on. Just kind of learn the physics a little bit. Oh, massive double. Get it, get it. Yes. Got it. Well, alright. Yeah, I think that's about for this stream. I hope I didn't put too much information for you to process or and shit like that, but yeah, there's a learning curve to this game. It's easy to learn, but just hella hard to master. But it is fun, but it can be frustrating sometimes. So, yeah, I think that's about it for this stream. If you guys like this sort of content, go ahead and give a like and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. See ya.